Well, actually, why don't we go ahead and just do a little tiny recap, and then we'll pick up where we left off, and I'm sure Andrew will get here and get caught up quickly. So last time you
Ian
guys
back.
ransacked. Hey, there you are. You ransacked two different Stag Lord encampments. You had cleaned one out, a larger encampment that was near the fort, and then you headed eastward to a smaller encampment where you were able to obtain a prisoner, and you learned a few things from the prisoner about the fort. I don't know, maybe you learned a little about the Stag Lord, and I think as I left in the chat there that the leaning from the party was that you were going to attempt to infiltrate this, and you'll have to figure out what that looks like. But and then once you get the gate open, you were, I think, gonna try to get the kobolds to rush in, possibly. That's where we left off. Let me pull us to the other map, and I'll set the scene a little bit more as far as what you're seeing. And
Calling it a planet is definitely very generous.
there we go. So you guys should be in the upper right corner here with your entourage,
And prisoner.
your prisoner. And even though I've got you situated this way on the map, um, think of yourself right now being about 300 feet away from the front of the fort. There's a path, a pretty well beaten path that leads directly to the fort. There's no real trees or anything. There's some vines and boulders. And so you guys have pulled up behind some boulders about 300 feet away, like I said, right basically on the path and looking over the fort. You can see from there, and here's a artwork sketch of what it is you would be seeing profile wise. The exterior of the fort is 15-foot high vertical logs which are sharpened into spikes at the top. They've also got other spikes sticking out through it, but it is, from your current view, you think it is climbable in certain spots. You would have to be careful when going over the top, seeing how sharp they've made these spikes. Again, you see a couple of towers which are visible, and you can see guards up on each of the towers occasionally popping their head out, but they don't seem to be paying a whole lot of attention to the hillside. They seem to be looking more east-west, is where they seem to be spending more of their time, and so they're not totally fixated in your direction or anything like that. You feel like you could approach without them being triggered or anything, but you might get seen depending on how stealthy you're trying to be. And let's see, what else was there? I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it as far as what we need to cover. So you guys are
What
basically
is
behind the
uh,
boulders.
what is the gray square thing in the middle? Is that like a wall that's broken on top?
Yes, yeah, that is a building that looks as if it's been smashed and it's lost some of its sides. So it's maybe
Okay.
like half a wall exists still.
Yeah,
And
it makes sense, but there's no roof on that part, obviously. So, and somebody did, one of our, it may have been the prisoner, said something about, I guess there's always the entrance of coming in from the sky. So that makes sense. That would be a comment you'd have in that
mm,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have your prisoner with you still at this
hmm
point, and you have your kobolds basically keeping an eye on the prisoner. What would you all like to do?
Our plan, I think, was to go up, say we wanted to, what, sell or share liquor that they're so enamored with. And then once they open the door, then to hold the door open so the kobolds can rush in. Did the prisoner have any? Did we need the prisoner for anything on that?
Now, we had originally thought that if we kept him with us, we would have some leverage of proving that we were on the up and up. Is he unconscious or is he?
Yeah, I believe we
we
knocked
kept
him
him
out.
unconscious.
You had
Yeah.
knocked him out, but I think you
The
you
jump.
you pretty much had him at your campsite after that, and you were able to
Yeah.
interrogate him. So he's as far as I know now, he's conscious, but he's not in great condition. He's pretty beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that buys us. Where's Ben? Ben, did you drop off of Roll20?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Did I-
Not sure,
Oh.
actually.
yeah, I don't see him on there either.
Weird. I don't see any of you, but I can still see all of the map. Can
Can
you
you
see me
ping?
if I move?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird. Yep.
yeah. It doesn't have a
From
box for
Easter
you
egg.
with your
Probably
Huh.
not.
Interesting.
I'll reload real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so the other thing is maybe we should establish a signal for the kobolds so that even in case something goes wrong and we don't gain access, we could still signal to them to come in.
Thought had occurred to me. The bandits that are here, they're establishing themselves in the area. They're looking for liquor as much as we know the Stag Lord is really after that. Have we been able to establish anything else as to further intentions? They want the sword. Interest in the Hungering Blade.
Yeah.
Are they to establish themselves as a power in the area, or were they just bandits? Have we been able to confirm their involvement in the area?
We do know that they were doing some kind of ritual, right? That they do have some kind of motivation other than just being bandits and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
think
think they need to do this protection scheme too.
yeah.
Make money that way.
yeah, you all are here with a charter from a neighboring nation, and these bandits have already been taking residence here in this region, not allied with the same region that you are. Potentially allied with another region that borders the Stolen Lands. I don't think that those questions have really been dug into or anything yet, or revealed themselves to you as far as their other motivations, but certainly it seems to be that they're controlling the trade route and they're becoming pretty wealthy just from, scoundreling about in the
They got
region.
squatters' rights if nothing else.
Yeah, because there is nobody else to really put them in check. This isn't a governed area, and so it's part of the things that you have to exterminate if you're going to take control of the region.
And the Hungering Blade, that's supposed to be what is it, an Aldori dueling blade?
It is an outdoory blade, and it is essentially an heirloom that was forged in a region of. Let me see where this is. What is this called? It's the Tours of Levenix. There's basically a long history of that these Aldori sword lords had forged swords from a region called the Tours of Levenix, and they had brought these swords back to Brevoy, and they were pretty much used to maintain the hierarchy. Those that had these swords were empowered on a council, and so these swords are very sought after because it essentially gives you access to become
By
a
having
council
a sword,
member.
you basically have that title. Possession of that blade is enough to grant you a seat on there, whoever you may be.
Yeah, so it wouldn't just be the sword or the bandits who would want such a thing, but of course there's rumors of it being around. Yep.
So, a thought that had occurred to me: we have a bunch of kobolds. If we spun a good tale and said they were youths from an academy of the rest of sword lords, that maybe there might be, if we robe them up or put them in sacks or something, and we can get them up there, passing them off as children, perhaps saying that, oh, don't look at them. We're trying to keep them quiet, and you don't want the kids to start yelling and crying, and the sobbing has been making us crazy. But then we can just get them in there with us, acting like they're our prisoner. We've got some liquor. We've got some children that could bring in there. Maybe he could ransom them back to a sword lord for a sword or for some kind of even just money getting off of them. Restov isn't my area of expertise, so I'm not sure what we could do for that. But that was a thought that I had of being able to bring them in with us instead of trying to hold the gate and then getting them to rush up their adorably short little kobold legs.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a very long and exposed approach for them unless they were somehow close by, had moved in stealthily. But like I said, there's not a lot of brush. There are a few vines and boulders, but for the rest of it, it's pretty barren.
Yeah, that's a killing field for sure. If the alarm goes up before, we had discussed getting
Hmm.
chased by them, but
Yeah,
then
what
if they start lobbing arrows,
do we remember what time of day it is right now?
I think this is. I think you've already camped, so this would be midday.
Yeah. There is the option of waiting until dark.
we've been rushing in all of this, rushing out to the camp, rushing to the other camp, rushing our way back. Are we actually in a hurry? The fort's not going anywhere. And
Yeah.
if they're out and we've picked off some of them, whatever's going to happen in there, it's going to be easier if more of them are out.
I'm a little worried about the fact that we're on the road. We could be discovered, and before we have a plan, yeah, if we don't want to go forward, we should get off the road. It's an interesting idea just to hang around there for whatever, a week, and just be picking people off the whole time until there's less people in the fort. Of course, then they're on their guard.
We've already killed Dalit has already killed a lot of them.
Like
You know,
dozen himself.
we've already taken a good bite out of their numbers, which is nice to know.
We've taken at least one of their leaders down,
Yeah.
Castle, I believe.
Yeah.
And as of right now, we know that the ritual master is supposed to be off in the woods. If that was who the tracks were from, that we found that like ritual
Yeah.
on the post or whatever. If he's out and we could get him,
Yeah.
that could be huge. At least more information on what's going on, what the intent is. If again we find that the Stag Lord is just a figure, a puppet for this guy, and he's the one pulling the strings, like Tortuccio is with the kobolds. All their chiefs got the power, but he's the one making the decisions. We now have the leader, and we
Yeah.
can then basically write our check to get in.
Let me give you some other information too that you would have been able to verify with your captive. The person that you killed, the leader that you killed at the first bandit camp, was a captain named Kessel. She was relatively low ranking, and what you've confirmed in talking to your hostage is that there would be several lieutenants inside of the fort who would be
Yeah.
more powerful than
Formidable.
Kessel. And then the Stag Lord himself, as far as he describes the Stag Lord as being a deadeye with a bow, and that being that he's particularly cruel. Those types of things. I think you would have a better sense of the fact that there are a few more higher ranking officials in there along with the Stag Lord himself. What you've done is really laid waste to a lot of their pawns. You've got them now of some of the pawns to help protect them in that regard, but that just might help you as far as what you're planning.
Yeah, so
When
trying
we
to
were-
get there with the full complement inside, pretty risky.
Yeah.
I kind of like, but I like the idea of attacking it while if that guy's important, I'd rather attack it while he's not in there. And then if he comes back, I'd rather us be in there and we're defending it when he comes back rather than have him come back, go inside, and now we got to deal with him as well.
That is the problem. It's not going to go quick if we go in, so there's a chance he comes back
Yeah,
while we're
and then
in there. So
he's on our back, coming up at us, and anyone
think-
who's inside.
I think the ritual master is the most vulnerable right now and our easiest target, so to speak. And we have a lot to gain by either capturing him or eliminating him. My vote would be to go for the ritual
Go
master.
hunting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we
Because
were
we've already
taking
What was that?
out, when we were taking out that second bandit camp, didn't we choose to continue tracking whoever the person was, and there was like a split in the path?
Mm-hmm.
That was before we got to the camp. We found that on our way to the camp, and it was like on the road, and then he went up north through the path or whatever, and then we kept going along the road where 6 sets of footprints went, I believe, and 2 sets of footprints went north.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was
So
our,
we would
the
be-
captain that told us the ones going north would have been the ritual master.
Yeah. So we may be
Yeah.
able to know where he is right now.
We have an idea, and if, depending on what they're doing, if they knew of the assault before he went out, and that's why he went out, they could be doing something to look for us, some kind of cultish.
Yeah.
um,
They might be right on our heels right now. The other thing I wanted to mention is we did name drop the hungering sword or whatever to that one guy we let get away. So we have raised the alarm. We've raised our profile a little bit by doing that. So going into the fort seems like they're gonna be ready for a fight. So
You guys have been posturing for
yeah.
that a little bit. I think that was the original intent,
We were hoping we'd draw them
was
out.
to
I
draw
think.
them out and to get them
Yeah.
stirred up, and yeah.
I tell you what though, if his ritual master doesn't come back, he's gonna send more guys out.
That would be a play I could see them doing. So being out here, ready to get them, knowing where they're going to be coming from, and them not
Yeah.
knowing where we are, definitely gives us an advantage. Bit of siege tactics, make them stay. If they don't have people bringing supplies in,
Yeah.
going to get pretty desperate eventually.
We need to scout out a really nice ambush spot. I guess maybe two, because this fort technically on the road?
Yeah,
We'd have to go
there's like a
back
path
toward
that
it.
leads directly to
Right.
the fort, right to the
Right.
front
The
door.
ritual master does not go by roads. We know that. So you're not going to catch him by setting up an ambush. We'd have to go hunt him down.
You're talking about the ritual guy?
Yeah, we'd have to track him.
Yeah, I'm just saying
They went along the roads, didn't they? Because wasn't the
Yeah, he left the road and went north.
yeah,
He
but
left
he
the road.
traveled along the path over to that ritual site or whatever, and then departed that to go up through the woods. We don't know if he would be going back that way to loop around, or if he might go back to the road because it is the most convenient way.
I thought the prisoner said that because of the fact that the trail went off the road, that would be him. And I thought the implication was he didn't normally travel by road.
No, I think the implication was that we followed the other tracks and we knew he wasn't in those set of tracks because we tracked them all down.
At that point, we didn't care about
elimination. Yeah.
We're not in a hurry, so it certainly wouldn't hurt to set up an ambush and see who comes along.
Even just knowing where we could, we don't have to do that first. I think getting to the ritual master if possible while he's out here. So do you want to all head back to those tracks?
Yeah, if we could get the ritual master where he was, we could set up an ambush on his path because they'll be going after. It's the most important target for that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
He may be coming behind us, so if we just backtrack, we may run into him.
Yeah, let's see. Take you back.
We just want to try that. Head back toward that camp.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit safer for us, right?
It also really bums me out. There's no secret way into this fort.
I know.
Well, we don't.
Oh,
We
well,
haven't
that's
been able to establish that just because that guy
also,
doesn't know
yeah,
it.
we got a
Right.
low-level guy. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get the ritual master, maybe that's how he goes in when he's out or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all mystical or whatever because he just has the secret path in.
Maybe he knows how to get them from the sky.
Maybe that's
You guys are in this upper right corner here. You're right outside Fort Serenco, and if you look back, you can see the maroon oval where the camp was, and it's on that roadway between where you're at and the camp, closer to the camp, where you had come across the tracks. It's going to be pretty much eat your day away to go back, just so you're aware of the distance, unless maybe you're trying to run it or go faster than normal speed.
Go back along the road or the path that we came from and stay there too on that path just to make ourselves targets if any bandits come along.
Fine with marching in the open right now because I think our biggest threat is sitting inside the fort right now. I'm not terribly afraid of running into the ritual master. I know those are probably famous last words, but I trust my crew right now. Trust my squad.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a much
Give it a
smaller.
couple. Let's give it a couple of days. If we don't run into any bandits in Ritual Master, then that may be a sign that they're kind of hold up. You know.
Yeah, let's try and just stay paced on the road, and then when we get to where we think his path left, where the ritual was, we'll start tracking him.
Because they don't actually know who we are. We attacked at night, right? At the Thorn
Yeah.
Camp.
Yeah.
So the only
And
person who
the
got
one
away.
guy,
Yeah, he probably couldn't have gotten a good look at us, and nondescript, medium-sized humanoid figures isn't exactly a great description to try to
Yeah.
narrow down who you're suspicious of, and be suspicious of everyone, but we have the code. We know their passcode or whatever. We've
Right.
got some of the bandit insignias. We have a decent chance, at least, as at passing ourselves off as that until we can make it more favorable for us if we've got to suddenly bring
Well,
it to combat.
let's not forget about the kobolds. We have what? How many kobolds left tagging along?
9, I think.
9.
9 or 12. I forget what.
Yeah, you got.
Prisoners?
So maybe no. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe we just keep them. We'll have an advance party, and someone
Right.
can hang further back with the kobolds. That way, that's gives a little bit of distance, and they could be like backup.
Yeah. Exactly. It wouldn't do any good. They're really good to have around just to absorb attacks. But we
They
don't want
cause some chaos too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
They've been pretty effective.
Yeah.
They've
So
been pretty good.
Yeah. When they can, especially when they can gang up on something that's little.
All right, so I'll copy everyone over to the roadway. Just a minute here. All right.
I have the message cantrip. I can speak to someone basically directly into their ear from up to 120 feet away. If we had the kobolds either off the road enough that they can't be seen easily or far enough back, then I can just keep that up and then let someone know if we get to that point where, hey, get off the road.
Yeah,
All right,
that
so
works.
let me have you guys just arrange yourselves then the way that you want to be. I'm just gonna say that you can march 2 wide if you'd like. I'm just throwing it together a little bit based on what you're saying, but if you want to rearrange yourselves just in the order that you're marching.
We gonna
Okay.
keep this guy around.
Shall we be going left to right?
Yeah, you're gonna be heading
It really,
left. You're gonna be heading to the right. Yeah.
It's a really good question, Voldarius.
I'm
Yeah.
not all for just killing somebody like in cold blood, but also this
He's a
guy's
prisoner of
gonna
war
be-
right now. He's a
Yeah,
prisoner
he's-
of war right now.
He's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, he's just gonna be a.
Yeah, I don't think we can just kill him outright.
No.
I know.
We're not.
I'm getting
We're
a bit
not
ahead of
there.
us.
We're not there.
We could sacrifice him to the kobolds.
That's walking a pretty fine line. I'm
I
with you though.
mean-
I'm liking what you're thinking. But
It at
it's
least
a
gives
very
a little-
slippery slope. There's some moral ambiguity in there. There's some gray areas. I
Who's
suppose
in
if he
front?
stays with the kobolds and they are surrounded him, ready to stop him if he tries to escape, at the least he's
Yeah.
outside of the front party.
Let's make the kobolds aware that if he tries to escape, they're to kill him.
And
Yeah.
he's bound and gagged.
Okay.
Maybe even with a
Okay.
head.
And I
Maybe even a bag over his head.
Do we
Okay.
have a bag?
Like in a sack. You put like a sack
Yeah.
over his head.
Yeah.
Or we could tear a shirt off of somebody we
You
killed.
could-
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make it out of his own clothing or whatever to
I mean, yeah,
blindfold
his
him.
own clothing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
heck with that.
okay, so he's
Just take his
blindfolded
shirt over his head.
and tied up, and he's
Okay.
being escorted by the kobolds. Is that
Yeah, let
accurate?
them-
And they know
Yeah.
that they
Yeah,
can
let 'em
kill
flank
if he
him
tries
or-
to escape or do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
If he is a
Maybe.
threat to them or to us, then they are not be blamed for.
Okay. So who's gonna
Nah.
be in the front of the formation? Who would be first in the order?
Probably
I'd
the
say-
most observant.
I think I see a Fed Warden arrive.
I don't think Ben Warden's taken any chances for a while, so I don't mind. He can be up front. So.
All right, so Fen Warden, as you're heading down the roadway back the direction you had come, something gets your attention up ahead, and it looks like there's something hanging from a tree. When you get closer to the tree, do a perception check.
I was going to stay up front because of the message
Sure.
that I can do. Want me to roll too?
You may. Yeah, you can roll. Then, Warden, it looks like there's a body hanging from a tree up ahead of you. As you get closer, you can confirm that it appears to be a small humanoid that's hanging, apparently dead, from the tree. And on the tree, you see a poster stuck to the tree. And you can get close enough to see that it is a wanted sign. And that the sign calls for the soot scale kobolds are sought, and there's a bounty on their heads. And it says that you should bring their heads to the Stag Lord's fort to collect upon.
Sweet. We're gonna make so much money, guys.
And hanging from the tree is a dead kobold. So
Oh, okay. So when you say hanging, he's like hanging by the neck.
Yeah, there's a
You
recognize it, and the kobolds would recognize it as being one of their own that came with you. So was somehow turned up from one of the deaths that took place.
Yeah. Is there a way to tell how long the thing has been hanging here?
I guess you could do like a nature check.
Can I do a survival check to see if I can figure out where the people who did that went?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so you don't think it's been that long. You think it's been, as far as this note and this arrangement on the tree, that like this was just done in the last 12 hours or so. So it's not that long ago.
And then I noticed that he starts looking for tracks, so I start looking.
Yeah, it seems like they go back on the roadway, and then from there it's difficult to say, but it seems like they could have gone east.
Gotcha. Continue on. I guess these guys want to cut it down and
the kobolds will
burn it or something.
Bring him down, and they will put him to his rights. Yes, so they'll take a few minutes to do that while you're here, while you guys were searching. It can be relatively quick. I think your prisoner might chuckle a little bit at the sight of this, even under his breath.
He doesn't see anything.
That's true, but he might overhear what's gone on a little bit. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do?
Put my knee in his stomach.
Certainly opens the door to another way to approach the fort. Now that we can say we've got kobold prisoners.
Yeah.
We brought the heads. They're still attached to the bodies. Is that a problem?
Or we could just tell them to play dead, and we could just carry them on our shoulders.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
And then, I don't know, for those of you who are strong enough, you could like throw them at the guys.
Yeah, we could drag them in. I like that idea.
You're gonna each have to carry at least two of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. You could carry, probably two each. I'd leave a few unaccounted for.
We need that cart. We need that cart back.
That cart would have been so good.
Cart full of kobolds. It'd be great.
That would be fun.
Kobold cart.
Let's see. As you guys continue back, let's see. You actually, as you're heading back, you do pass by what appears to be a couple of. It looks like there were a couple of tracks that went northward off of the trail as you're heading back towards the camp, getting close to the camp, not going like before, maybe a mile or so before camp, and even before the place where the ritual was. You notice that it looks like there's some tracks that head north off the trail.
We should probably investigate, right?
That could be a guy. Yeah, we could investigate. Yep.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
Ben Warden does have the tracker goggles, so let's find out exactly what those are.
You mean 4 eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's gonna be leading into the tracks? Who can track?
That'll be Fen Warden.
Okay.
Yep.
So
That's
survival.
survival, and the goggles give him a +1 on
I'll give
that.
you aid,
Oh, okay.
or guidance at least.
No, I try to give aid. Was giving guidance.
There you go. Okay. Did it roll yet?
Somebody spends so much time out in the wild. I have no survival.
Does he have to roll his 8?
There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh wait, that was Darius. He's trying to aid you. So
Yeah, I'm trying to aid.
yeah,
so
so he's able to aid you.
Oh, yeah. I got a
Yee.
10. I get a +1 on that, but that
Uh,
wouldn't really too badly.
So it's +1 for the guidance,
Plus
+1
2.
for the goggles,
Mhm.
Yep.
+2 for.
Plus the aid, yeah. Yeah, so you follow the path leads out into some of the plains a little bit, and then it appears like it reaches one of those, what are they called? The Mitflits had dug these trenches.
Trenches.
And it leads to a trench where you can see that it's a little bit more used, and it leads back the direction you came. It starts to go back to the west.
Hmm.
And you were heading east when you got off of the trail.
Back
So it kind of
direction
turns
of the
around.
Is it going like back towards the fort or
Yeah.
back towards
Yeah,
the
it's
trail?
going back into the direction of the fort. Yep.
Yeah, the problem is we don't know that's the
Who's track?
ritual dude.
Yeah.
It could just be the people who did the wanted sign. I would say we would want to continue back to where we are almost positive we have his tracks.
Okay.
That
I
ritual
would, I
site.
would agree with that. We know that's where he went. We don't know how.
Yeah.
This could be. See, every.
So if you go back then to the roadway and you continue down the roadway to where you think the ritual was seen and he had escaped, who would like to then try to track him from there? We'll do another check.
Let's try the same thing. Maybe then Warden will do better this time.
Yeah, and then if not, then I'll take a look too. Or Rekla will take a look.
So you're gonna do an aid and a guidance again.
Yeah.
There you go.
A critical aid and a critical success.
Wow,
Nice.
that's impressive. Yeah, so
We got this one.
this time you do follow his trail back through the woods and seemingly back towards a trench again that leads back to and connects to the other one that you had already seen. So it seems like
Yeah.
it's been
This
pretty well
is-
used.
Yeah, this is the route they take to go back. Maybe this leads to something.
If they're using an alternate entrance, then we could track them to that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Shall we follow? We'll follow the tracks back to the west.
All right. So you're continuing back to the west. Let's see what if anything happens here.
I mean, worst case scenario, we do our kobold head trick to get in.
I think that's a pretty good trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you are making your way along the path, and now you're turned around, so we're reverse order of what we're looking at here, but you're following this sort of tamped down trench, and let's have you roll perception for the three of you in the front, or
Ready?
whoever's in the front.
All right, I guess I'm in the back now.
All right, and yeah, so you notice up ahead looks like there are multiple figures up ahead, and they don't seem to notice you yet, you don't believe. So
All right, so I'll send a message back to the rear. Some figures up ahead.
and I think as whoever had the better check here, Darius, you think you're starting to suspect and maybe asking Fenwarden to confirm that they look like they're bandits.
Mm.
Some of those looking for.
I would assume
Same.
that we're single file on this path.
Yeah, this is a single file path. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you guys want to start on this one from the left side, being the first person, and I can move
Yeah.
the.
I got the guys. You're gonna have to move the.
Oh, your hostage will go with them.
Oops. Better leave a little room for the bad guys.
Yeah, let me move you all a little bit here. Just leave them there for a second, and I'll slide you back.
Okay.
Okay, so
I just need to step away for a moment.
sure, no worries.
We didn't talk about this in advance. We should have. What happens if we run into them? Should we just attack them, or what?
I mean, unless it's.
I was gonna ask myself.
Yeah,
I was talking to them, right? I think we just.
I don't think we need to talk to them. I think we should eliminate anybody but the ritual guy we've been trying to find, because I think we can get information out of them.
Yeah, and
I can also
he
use.
can take a few attacks before he collapses.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's open season. So. All right.
I can use one of my feats too, as long as I'm within 60 feet to get to them and attack in one turn.
You guys can go ahead and roll initiative while we're waiting on Andrew, and we'll get the turn order set up. If that's what you're...
Oh, definitely. Fenmore wants to shoot. Can I shoot that? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just a short bow this time because being in front, he's not going to have...
Yeah.
He's got a composite short, though. There we go. Yep. Wow.
Where is it? Okay.
Breklov got a critical fail on initiative.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so...
I don't mean to give Jamie any
They're
ideas,
in
but
front of us, not behind us. Turn around.
I feel like that should bump you just to the bottom of the initiative every time, regardless of what your modifiers are.
Yeah. When I was DMing in AD&D, we used to do that. If you critical failed on your initiative, then you would actually not participate at all in the first round of the.
Just sort of clueless. You can't
What?
decide what you're doing.
Yeah. Let's see, so I guess we can start, and we'll plug Voldarius in, and he gets back here. Let me add him to the turn order, and we'll put him at the end for now. So, Venwarden, you would be first to act. What would you do in this situation, given that they don't seem to notice you all yet? In fact, I guess the first question would be, once you've noticed them, are you trying to then stay stealth and unnoticed, or are you not worried about that?
Fenrir's not trying to stay stealth. He's next to a bush there, so he might duck down and take cover if he wants to burn an action for that. But no, he's not trying to be stealthy. He's going to announce his presence. Do they all look the same, or is there one that appears to be different than the others?
They look the same, pretty much the same to you from right now.
All right, great. He'll just randomly pick one of them. He'll pick this back one here as his hunted prey, and then he will do what it's called the hunted shot with the composite short bow. That one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's his first one, and then the. Okay, so that was the damage, or is that critical?
Just double checking that actually. I think it might be. It is.
Okay, critical damage is so 4 points plus the bonus for him being hunted prey is another 6 points.
Okay, so you effectively kill him with one shot.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
That was
Thunk.
one action. Okay.
Voldarius, you can roll initiative.
Second action, that's 2 actions. He picked a hunted prey and then fired. So he's got 1 action left. He'll just fire at this guy here.
Okay. Miss.
I missed. Okay, he's done.
All right, Talit.
Okay. I'm going to draw my sword and then use my sudden charge feats to slide up into there. And I'll just attack this guy at the back. You know what? While I'm doing that... Oh, wait, no, I'm using sudden charge already. Should stack feet, so... There you go.
Oh, my. Okay. You crushed this guy with one shot with your
Legend grows.
sudden charge once again.
Yeah. All right, cool.
He's almost getting bored. I think he
Yeah.
just yawned.
It was this one, right? This one. All right.
It was the one in the back.
The one on the other one? Okay, let me switch them.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, yeah, so yeah, just one just efficient cleave essentially just brings him right down next to the other one who's already laying there with an arrow in his head. All right, so I think that's it for him, and it should be Valdarius's turn. There's one bandit remaining.
All right, come on.
One
All right.
shocked.
Okay, no pressure. Just
Yeah.
follow up after all of that. I guess I'll go ahead and throw some needle darts out there.
All right, that actually hits, and it actually does keep the streak alive.
Oh,
With minimum,
okay.
your minimum damage. No, actually, it wasn't minimum. There's just one. Okay, so yeah, you actually hit him exactly for what you needed. He had 8 hit points, and so yeah, you
Okay, then.
just exterminated
Meant to
these
do that.
guys. There you go.
And Rek'Al will just yell, "And don't come back!"
Yeah.
There's no more that are off the map then.
It as you're standing here now, particularly Dalit after the battle, you can see it looks like these guys were heading in the direction that you're heading. It seems like they were heading just slower than you all were in that same direction. And let's see, on them you find they have actually long swords. All 3 of these have long swords, composite long bows. So 3 of each of those. And then they have, let's see,
I'm going to take one of those as a spare.
13 gold between them. They have 3 of the silver Stag Lord amulets. They have studded leather and 20 arrows each.
So 60 arrows in total.
I'm going to take 20 of the
Yep.
arrows. Use that as a resupply.
You also find several sheets of papyrus and some charcoal.
Okay.
Oh, like a wanted poster?
I was
Mhm.
going to ask.
Was
somebody
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So you figure that out, at least what they were up to.
The amulets, are they all silver?
They are. Yeah, they're all
Hmm.
silver.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
keeping them all.
You have a
Yeah,
massive.
So I definitely would like to have one of those because I can use that to make silver needle darts if necessary.
Yeah.
I can use some metal of whatever I have, so I just use my warhammer.
We
I got
have-
silver,
We have 44 of them.
but I always get the metal back, so it's not like I actually like consume
Oh,
it.
you just need it.
Just-
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to have some some piece of metal and just
Mm-hmm.
shave some off of basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. So,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay, fantastic.
Silver
I had that.
needle darts could be very handy.
yeah, silver.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can definitely get you a handful of those.
I still like the idea of coming into the Stag Lord with them, just like a big handful of them and slapping them down.
It does say we have 43 Stag Lord ambulet in the party.
Mm-hmm. That's a body count.
Yeah, I just subtracted one for Valdarius.
There you go.
All right, so you guys continue on. Then I assume in the trench, it's getting pretty late in the day, and you're starting to get back towards the fort. And I'm gonna have you guys roll perception checks.
Wow, we're all doing great here.
Wow, let's see if anyone.
Decent
Good grouping
cluster.
there.
Um,
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
A lot of backtracking today.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys continue on through this beaten down path. You're getting, again, back into range where the fort is off in the distance. You can see the edge of it in the distance, and the trench opens up into a larger field, and it becomes flat. And then you can see the roadway, the more established roadway that's parallel to where you're at now.
Yeah.
So you're really back. You've made full circle at this point, essentially.
So no secret entrance.
And no ritual master.
Yeah, nobody else that you came across. Nobody else that you.
Oh, we
came-
don't. He may have already made it back to the fort. We have no idea, right?
Yeah.
He could have been ahead of us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a situation now where you may have a few hours to continue taking actions before you're feeling like fatigued and that you want to camp, but it's obviously late. So
Mhm.
you could proactively camp and then try to execute your plan the next day of what you want to do next, or you could take advantage of the night that you talked about, which you've got now, cover of night.
Camping and then taking the kobolds in might be the best call.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning on too.
Yeah, since we can't find the ritual master or any other bandits apparently.
So you're saying camp,
Unless
and
we also
then in the morning we drag the kobolds in, something like that?
Yeah, we can maybe stake out the fort with our watches too a little bit, see if they have any coming and going.
Okay, so where will you set up your camp then for the night? Back where you came from, or?
Yeah, maybe back down the trench a little bit. Maybe we can bushwhack off of the trench a little to set up camp.
All right, so let's do that. Let's do, if you're going to search for your camp spot, whoever would like to do that can make a survival check.
Survival, right? Yeah.
Did we say we could all look around for?
Let's see if I think it's like this. So yeah, so depending on the zone that you're in, you'll roll against the DC for that zone, and it's essentially, if you're I guess more than one of you could do it, but then
It takes time to do it, so if
Right.
you're aiding someone doing it, you're spending your time aiding them. But if someone else isn't doing an activity, they could be doing it at the same time, right?
Okay, so that would be the activity, is to find a campsite while other people
Yeah.
are looking for food or whatever, or making dinner. Yeah.
I'll stick to the stealth thing.
I think Rekla found a spot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that part there where it does speak about this. It talks about basically that someone's going to be performing the prepare campsite exploration while others can do other predetermined activities, because until you've established your
That's
campsite, you
before
can't can't do the other camping activities. So in this case, yeah,
we.
Rekla, you did find what seems to be a suitable site somewhere off the trench.
There was a magic ring that we had found at one.
Yeah,
We
from the
hadn't taken the
Owlbear.
time to identify that.
I don't know.
We
Has
established it was
anyone?
magic, but I think Rekla used detect magic on it. I don't think we.
Magical silver ring from Owlbear. That's the only notes I've got on it.
Okay. I could try to do an Arcana to identify magic on it.
I have
Go
a couple
for
of
it.
magic arrows I'd like you to try to identify one of these nights.
Yeah, I can do it through Arcana or Religion, so I've got those two styles.
There you go. So that's something that he can do while Rekla was looking for the campsite. If you wanted to go ahead and do a check on those items. What's ooh?
Whoa. That would be identify magic, right?
Is there a separate one for identify magic? Isn't that just one of the sub skills of
Yeah,
Arcana?
yeah.
Is
I
there
think it's Arcana. Yeah, you did it right. But which item were you attempting to?
I was thinking the ring first. I wasn't aware of the arrows, so I was just going to focus on the ring, and then.
Okay. Let's see. Just going back to try to find it now at this point. The rest of you could, while I'm looking that up, if you want to determine your camping activities that you're gonna take now that you've got a site picked, or if there was any of the other activities you were going to use while you were finding your site, you can do that too.
I did not hide that campsite.
Let's see.
I can go ahead and cook another meal if we're so inclined.
Yeah, it's gotta, I think it's probably gotta be flameless. I'll do a hunt and gather. It's the only thing I can do.
I get some. We can organize a watch.
I think the only one who's able to do that is Fenwarden.
Do it.
No, oh wait, expert in perception. Established it. Perception.
Yeah, if you're going to hunt and gather, I can do the organized watch.
Yeah.
I can just cook a basic meal. Can we cook a meal without it being?
Yeah, you can prepare a meal that doesn't draw attention to you. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give myself guidance and hunt and gather. That is survival
Give myself guidance and
14.
All right. So Go ahead and Darius, if you can roll a 1d10, please.
Minor.
Okay. Okay, so this ring is what you believe is it grants the wearer energy resistance versus seems like the element of fire.
Is Valdez, are you wearing that? I want to make sure we're not wasting it by carrying it in a bag somewhere.
I had not been wearing it. I think it had just been sitting around.
Let's assign that to somebody so that if it's needed, it's on somebody's hand. Do we want to?
Clumsiest around fire. Who's gotten burned the most?
Yeah. Who would be the target of fire? Is the other thing. Yeah.
I don't know. We just
We've got any fire attacks yet?
no.
Yeah, maybe not.
Let's just random roll it.
Yeah, do a d4.
All right, everyone roll a 20.
There you go.
Everyone roll a 20.
Highest on the 20.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend my DKP.
I might use my hero point if this goes
Use the
wrong.
hero point for.
I think
Whoa!
Fen Warden really wants that one.
Whoa, Fen
No,
Warden.
Wait,
as
do you
much as
both do it
Rekla.
and Rekla? Wow.
We got to go a roll off.
You do. You're gonna have to. It's gonna come
Oh,
down to
love
the
it.
two of you.
Between Red Flag and
Yeah.
Warden.
Oh. Hey. All right, Fen Warden, you got it.
Oh, you take it. No, it's okay. I don't.
No, you take it.
After you, Ivan.
Like sticking your hand in the fire now. Okay, I think then I heard that you're cooking, Voldarius. Have you rolled for your meal prep?
Yes, I got a 23 on survival for that.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, so you're able to. That's a success. So everybody who eats will now have a bonus to all savings throws until you begin adventuring again.
And Warden is doing the organized watch.
Aha. Okay. Perfect. So.
Is a perception check.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. It's not a critical. It was close to being critical, but everyone will get a +1 to perception checks until.
On the perception check.
Yeah.
During their shift.
Are we Greenbelt?
What was that?
That where we're at? Are we in the Greenbelt?
Yeah, you're just on the north end of it. Yep. What else? The stealth didn't go too well, but it went. Was there anything else that I missed that anyone was doing at camp?
I did the hunt and gather,
Oh,
and I think I failed. I rolled a 14. Or I rolled a 13, but I had a +1. There's
hunt and
nothing
gather.
edible laying around here, guys. What can I say?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty bare in this area. So yeah, you don't get yourself too much. So you'll have to dig into your pantry.
But yeah, we actually have quite a bit.
So the meal he cooked was just a basic meal, which requires how many? 2 basic ingredients per serving. So yeah.
So 4 + 9. Is it a basic single serving for the kobolds too?
I could say they could get away with half. So you
Okay.
get 1 for each kobold, and then 2 for the rest of you.
Okay,
Will you be
so-
feeding your prisoner?
Yeah, we should feed him.
I have to remind you that you have a
We
prisoner
should.
this whole time.
We should feed him. Yes.
He gets a kobold ration.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets the really worst looking portion.
He gets the gristle off of it, like
Yeah.
the little bits
He gets-
that scrape it off the bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then sounds like you've got that taken care of. Anything else that you all wanted to do at camp before you went into your watch?
Oh, does he have time to identify those arrows, or would that be a different night?
I imagine he could do that still this evening.
Cool.
What was it again? It's that he's identifying?
Arcana?
There's 2 arrows that we picked up along the way somewhere that had a magical aura to them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
the boots from the spiders that had magical lightness.
So everybody roll an Arcana?
Yeah, if you'd like to check those, just let me know which one you're checking.
Yeah, I'll go with the arrows for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
A7.
So these appear to both be sleep arrows.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
There's some nights I can use one of those.
If you have 2 of those.
Yeah. Thank you, Owlbear. Very good to know.
That's a good find.
Okay.
And there were some boots.
Yeah, we had gotten a pair of boots from the spiders that attacked us that one night. They were hunting us.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and
That
So-
one may have to remain a mystery for now. It is not clear to you
I'm
what they
getting
do.
a bit of a headache from all of this. It's been some time since I've had to identify. I'll check it again.
Maybe when you can have a properly cooked meal with an open
Mm.
fire, you'll
Yeah.
have
Not
enough.
sitting in the shadow of the fort over there.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot we even had these things.
yeah, those are definitely some things that you could, once you sort it out, you could probably benefit.
Somebody want to put them on right now? They probably don't fit me.
That's a good question. I don't know that we ever determined what the fit was. If you'd like to roll percentiles, Scott, we'll see what.
I think we did do that. Because this is,
I think there was like a 15% chance or something that were
Yeah,
sized for you,
and I remember
and they
rolling.
weren't. Okay.
It was probably this. It could have been something else, but it was probably this.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that too. Yeah, so these would be sized for the larger members of the group if they were so inclined.
If we're being adventurous,
As I say, I'll just pop them on.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
you
just
put on the right one, I'll put on the left one, and we'll see what happens.
That could be entertaining if
That-
their boots of speed or something.
yeah.
Flying.
It's like you both are going in circles because one foot's really fast. Okay, yeah, so we'll just make note that Dalet's wearing those, and
Do the shoe store thing where you walk back and forth in them.
Yeah.
Pop the heel up
And
a
walk
little bit,
back and
checking
forth,
down there,
stretch
making sure.
a couple times.
get a really low mirror. Yeah. What will be your watch order for the evening?
Rekla will take
I
first
can
watch.
Ben Morton goes second.
Okay, I'll take that.
So, I'm sorry, what's the order? So it's Rekla.
Rekla,
Fenwarden. Darius.
Okay, so let me just have you guys each roll in that order. If you could each roll a percentiles for me. I'm just going to do it that way. So Rekla first, then Fenwarden, then Voldarius, then Dalet, and then we'll see what happened, if anything.
54.
Okay. Okay, your watch goes by. You do notice some lights at the fort, like throughout the night, even though it's far away. You can see some lights at the fort, so you can definitely get the sense that it's active still, but you don't encounter anything else throughout the night. So you hand off then to Fenwarden, and Fenwarden, you can roll a D100. Okay, Fenwarden coming from ground level towards the fort direction, but much closer than the fort, so maybe 100 yards away or so. You hear some movement in the brush, catches your attention. It sounds like something larger than small creature. What would you like to do?
Ooh. He'll knock an arrow in his short bow and kick the nearest person to wake them up and tell them something's out there. Something's moving through the grasses. We'll just say Rekla is the guy next to me, waking up Rekla. And then keeping my focus on the grasses to see if I can see what it is.
Okay. Yeah, so you're awakened, Rekla, and as you're rubbing your eyes, as you're just trying to get down to sleep, you look out and see at the same time what Fenwarden is seeing, which appears to be a humanoid figure walking along in the moonlight. You're just seeing this silhouette, and it doesn't seem to be walking in a real natural way. Something's odd about the way it's moving to you.
It doesn't seem to have. Does it have a? Is it wandering? Is it in a direct path? Is it
Staggering.
It looks like it's just, yeah, it looks like it's wandering, would be more the thought at first, that it's just walking in a random direction.
aimlessly? Okay.
It's
I'm
maybe
gonna wake up
somebody that's,
Voldarius.
Maybe somebody was drunk out for a walk from the fort.
Rekka's gonna go wake up Voldarius. We've got somebody stumbling in the woods over here.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
It's not what you want to hear when you're woken up.
Thanks.
Find
I
out.
think as they're waking up, Fenmorden will change weapons and rush up to it to take a close look.
Okay. All right. Let me move.
What do we have? Oh, he's got his flail. He'll arm himself with that and rush up to the one in the grass to see who they are. He does have low light vision.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Do a perception check. All right, Voldarius, or Fenwarden, excuse me. When you get closer, it is actually indeed what you expected. What appears to be an inebriated bandit stumbling around out in this open field area, talking to himself, and seems like he's having an external monologue as he's stumbling around in this area. As you're doing that, you look over, and beyond this person, you actually see what suddenly appears to be something moving on the ground. And out of the darkness on the ground emerges an undead figure.
What is those silver needle darts?
And it does not appear to be happy about the proximity it has to the living as it rises and it starts to move towards the two of you. We're going to have you go ahead and roll initiative now, guys. I'll have everybody roll, but for now, let me pull you guys out real quick. There we go. So Rekla, you can roll as well. And you guys will get to
Since I
go
was woken up.
before. Who woke up Voldarius? And
I woke up Volt. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Just wait.
Yes, please. Yeah. So it's just everyone but Dalit is awake?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move him down. All right. And
It's funny, it turned out to be both the things I thought it was. I was like, it's either a drunk guy or a zombie. Both.
yeah. Go ahead, Fenwarden. You can attack first. The zombie is rising from the ground. Like I said, it's almost like he moved a piece of earth and just walked out from the soil. And now he's looking similarly at the two of you and the drunken bandit as if you're one and the same.
Yeah, he probably doesn't care who he attacks.
Meal's as good as another.
Okay, Fenwarden will move up. I don't see a grid. Do we have a grid on this?
Let's see. No, let me throw one on there.
Not on this map.
And yeah, as he's moving, he's going to yell,
There we go.
somebody deal with the bandit so we can interrogate him. So Fenwarden will move and then take attacks with his flail.
Okay. All right. You all hear that? That will be a hit.
Oh, yeah. I gotta roll the damage separately on that. Okay. The damage is 6.
All right. Let's take a quick look here real quick.
Affected by that?
I'm just, double checking before I... Yeah, it actually does. Okay. Yeah, so it does do damage to him. So...
Yay.
Bludgeoning.
All right. And then his third action, second attack with flail. 17?
17 is a hit.
Sweet. Another 4.
4 damage. Okay. All right. This thing groans with some anger now that you've smacked it. All right. Anything else? Is that?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So now the zombie shambler has a better idea of who he wants to attack. He's going to go ahead and turn towards Fenwarden here and try to take a claw attack towards him with his fist.
22.
22. Okay, misses. And he was going to try then to bite towards you with his second attack. Missing critically. But so that is going to be it for him for this turn. Those are the only 2 strike attempts he'll get. The Stag Lord bandit now, who has been brought a little bit more to the sober side, sees this unfolding in front of him, and he begins to flee. He begins to run back in the direction of the fort. All right, then Voldarius, you would be up next.
Okay. Alright, I see here. Alright, I'm going to use one action to move up. And then I'm going to call upon the divine power of my deity, and I'm going to go ahead and throw some positive energy at this thing. It says that it can heal the living or damage the undead.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it gets a basic fortitude save.
Nice.
19.
The basic save. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. There we go. He does save,
Happen.
and he'll take 5. Okay. All right. Seems it definitely does some damage to it, as you're able to use positive energy to harm it. Anything else from Voldarius?
Note that should be 3.
Okay. All right. So that means Rekla, you are up next.
Reklo is inspired. He's gonna do the exact same thing. Move forward and cast heal. Tried to set it up to do the undead thing, but I guess it doesn't. It's not rolling damage.
Okay. So I'll just know it's a similar thing. So just want to do D8. Your D8.
Yeah, 2D.
Yeah. Okay. As you smack this thing, it falls down backward, stumbling onto the ground, and as it hits the ground, to the left of it, to the left of it, you see another piece of ground shift, and another figure emerge from it with a growl as it emerges and hears this commotion. And so the first one that you knock down is incapacitated.
Who put us a great
A
here?
ring of fire system, right?
What was that?
I was thinking if only there was a ring of fire, we could just burn the ground, since that seems to be where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ground though is interestingly it's like it's already like really barren. There's really not much there. There's a couple of weeds and vines, but not a whole lot that you could light as far as brush. Yeah. It's actually, I think it's your turn, Dalit. You can roll a perception check to see how well you can awake to this. 'Cause I don't think anybody bothered to nudge you.
Nope.
Sorry about
I
that.
had friends like that.
All right, so you'll spend this whole turn awakening, and then next turn you'll get to act. So that brings
Cool.
us back to the top of the order and to Fen Warden.
This one's
I'm gonna put the red on him he's down right now.
Fen Warden's gonna spend an action to get out his longbow, and then see if he can take out the fleeing bandit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's already used one action. He's just gonna fire. He's not gonna mark him.
Okay, he's AC 15. Wow. It is critical, and you'll need that. You need. Oh no! It only did. Is it 4 more, or did it do 4 total?
It says 4 total. How's that possible?
Doesn't
It's
look
not taking
right.
any modifiers in.
Yeah, it's a
No, well,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
D8.
No,
Wait, hold on. Does it do that and then roll critical damage on top of it?
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's just no other
That's-
bonuses,
there's no bonuses because it's a projectile. So the only way I get a bonus
Ranged
is
strike.
and it doubled the 2. Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, you do hit him with a solid shot, and so now
I got another.
he's
I got
got
another
a
shot.
arrow in his back, but he's stumbling on in his stupor.
Second shot.
Wait, did you say that was a critical hit?
The last one was.
Yeah.
That should be a deadly D10 though, shouldn't it? Or do you not have that?
Good question. Let me see. Yeah, it is deadly D10 that comes with a weapon. I'm not sure how you get that specialization though.
Thought it was if you roll the critical hit, you get a D plus D10 damage.
The trait is, yeah, on a critical hit, weapon adds a weapon damage die of the listed size. Roll after doubling the weapon's damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. You might.
So I'm getting
Yeah.
another. Okay, so 6 more, and then I hit him on the second attack with a 20 for another 8. So it's 10, 18 total.
Yeah. You've dropped him. You have
Yeah.
you have dropped him flat on his face with 3 arrows in his back, I think. So yeah,
That could
he's
just...
yeah, he's done for. Yep.
So he didn't get away. Okay, that leaves
Well,
the
that guy
zombie
doesn't
for
become
those
a
guys to
zombie
take
too.
care of them.
Okay. Was that it for you? Was that all 3 of your
Yep.
actions? Okay.
Ran out of actions. Yep.
Okay, so the newly risen zombie is gonna step forward to the closest target. He's growling and foaming at the mouth, trying to strike towards you, and he misses and hits with his fist, causing 16 points of damage.
Yikes.
And let's see. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, he is going to attempt to grab you. You get to roll I guess it's a reflex save. So he does not get a grip on you. And so you are still free, and he has, I think that's it. He's moved and taken 2 attacks, so that's it for him. The bandit is dead. Removing him. Voldarius is next.
We'll go ahead and make use of those fun and fancy necklaces, and I'm going to go ahead and do some silver needle darts.
Okay.
18 on the attack.
Nice. So that's a hit.
Silver.
And 16 damage? Okay.
16 max damage.
Nice. Yeah, this thing gets slammed with these needles and staggers a bit, but it's still upright, but you've done a serious shot with the needle darts.
All right.
All right. I guess that's it for him, and then the other shambler that's laying on the ground starts moaning out of nowhere. It is still on the ground, but it's moaning as if it's still got life in it. Rekla, you're up.
All right, Rekla. Still no, that doesn't sound all that good.
Hey, Jamie, how do you have it set up? When I took the hits off of my character, it didn't decrease the health bar.
Oh, let's see.
Interesting. I see your health bar is reduced.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks reduced on mine too.
I see
Yeah.
that reduced as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't for me. Okay.
I just need a refresh.
Just checking the permissions. I think it's.
And I was able to reduce it and everything, but it's just my health bar looks the same to me.
That's weird. Yeah, it's updated on mine, on all of ours. I don't know if it's just something. It's not that they would have any different permission either to your token. So that's.
Yeah.
We have more
Okay.
permission to see your character than you
Yeah,
do.
you're the last one to know what happens.
God, playing the game blind like that, you don't know what state you're.
All right, so he's gonna cast Daze on that. Banding.
Okay. And he fails. And so now you've dazed it with a mental jolt and done 8 damage. Okay, this thing falls over.
It's just 4.
It falls over.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Dalit is now able to awaken, so you can spend an action to get up and grab your things and enter into battle.
Yeah. I'll get up, grab my things, and use that sudden charge to rush in and attack.
Okay.
Let me see if I can move. Oh, I can get on the other side of that guy. All right, sweet. I'll do that. Get on the other side of that one and attack it. Don't think that hit that.
Unfortunately, it did not hit him or
Do you get a
damage him.
bonus for being prone?
Yeah,
That's
it
not
still
enough.
wouldn't have been
Yeah.
enough, unfortunately. But okay, so you're in there though. You're in that section. At this time, you guys hear and see another flap of ground moving.
Jeez.
This time behind you, Dalit, you see another one of these shamblers rise. And seems disturbed and upset. It is, let's see, Fenwarden's turn first though.
Wow. Okay. Big chunk of flesh missing. So I'm going to back off. So first action is to move back. Let me see what I'm moving to. 1 second here.
That's a good spot. Stay there.
Okay. That works. I'll do that. First action. Second action, I'll just start firing at the new one.
Okay.
Um, doesn't look very good.
Miss. Aha, there's a hit.
All right, 5 points on him.
All right. Okay, another arrow thuds into the target, and it's nuts to the zombies. So this zombie is now gonna step forward and go after Dalit. And what's your AC?
My AC is 19.
Okay, he does not hit
Mm,
on either.
Yes.
So he's unable to continue attacking, but he misses and misses with a couple of fists at you.
He just woke up.
Yeah. Yeah, Dalit's probably still walking awkwardly. It's like messing
Yeah.
up the zombie. He's
He's
walking
acting like
like
a
a zombie.
shambler too.
Yeah.
Well, Drunken Master style. It's just Sleepy Master.
Voldarius, you're up.
The two with the red dots on the ground still, or if
They are. Yeah, they are. They're moving and moaning, but they're not up
Yeah.
yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and bless on my. Anyone within 5 feet of me gets a +1 to it,
Nice.
and then I will go ahead and I will give Rekla.
Okay. Reckless got guidance. Okay. All right. So this other shambler who first fell begins to stand up with his first action and looks around and targets the nearest living creature, which is Dalit. So he takes a fist swipe towards Dalit. They're not doing too well versus Dalit, though. Miss. Okay. So he's a couple more whiffs towards you, Dalit. Let's see. So we're at now Rekla. Your turn.
Hey, Rekla's gonna take advantage of that guidance to do battle medicine on Fenwarden.
Thank you.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Crit.
Nice.
So does that double it?
Yeah. It's
Is it
48, I think. Something like that.
Yep.
48.
Jeez, there you go.
Nice.
Good roll.
All
Jesus.
better.
Ready for more. Anything else, Rekla?
Yes, that would have been one action. And then with other 2 actions, much for that one. He's gonna try and daze the most recent one pop up.
Okay, so this effect would knock it back down. As it just stood up, it would fall back over.
Nice.
So it's down again. That's 2. Okay, Dalit.
All right. I'll the single standing one here.
Oh, I just knocked him down. The other one's standing now.
No, this one's standing. This one's standing. The one that... Oh, I thought you knocked down this one. The one that just stood back up. Wasn't that what you...
No, that was aiming for the most recent one to join the fight. Is what I
Oh,
was saying.
I thought... I was assuming... I was thinking the one that rejoined the fight instead of that. So...
I gotcha. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so it's 4 damage. Okay. So the other one is still up. But this one...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
there's 2 standing.
Yeah, there's 2 standing. Okay. Got it. I'll take the dart or the dot off of this guy. He's standing.
Okay. I'm going to try to do a snagging strike here.
Snagging strike.
Yeah.
This guy.
You really like to grab things, don't you? Grab.
He's not
That's what I'm going for here. Wait, snagging strike actually doesn't come with the grab condition.
Fortunately, that will just miss. Okay, so yeah, that hits.
Flat foots until the start of the next turn. Ooh, nice.
Okay, so which one were you aiming at again? I think his volume cut out, maybe. I don't hear you, Ben, all of a sudden.
His picture is freezing up too. I think he's got internet problems.
I see. That's weird. I see his
Looks
video
like
on
he's
Roll20. Well,
Thinking. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. So he did 1 attack, 2 attacks, and he moved? Or I'm just trying to make sure we didn't skip anything. Oh, the snagging
did.
strike was an action. Okay.
Yeah, he did 2 attacks.
Yeah.
We just need to know who on.
Let's see. So which zombie? Yeah. This is old school. This is a old text-based game. It's like Bard or something.
Yeah. Oh, that was me. I'm just
Oh, that's you.
hitting both to see.
Did he? He was pink. Someone see, ping it again, Ben, if you can still hear us. I don't know if you can.
No, I
You
think
can't?
his
Okay.
Discord's completely frozen up.
All right.
Oh, wait, you guys are back.
Oh, I hear you
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you're back.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I attacked that one.
The bottom one?
Right.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, you knock him back down. Yeah, you knock him back down.
Okay.
So he's down on the ground. You have
Well,
one more
we got-
action, I think.
That was the snagging strike on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll just attack one. Back to my character sheet now.
Okay. Back up.
Yep. So these guys are both down now. Okay. I'll do a straight shot against the standing one there.
You want to? I'm giving off the bless within 5 feet.
Yeah,
I-
if you take a step forward, you would have the effects of his
Oh,
bless.
oh, you still have the bless going. It's continuous.
It's an ongoing.
Oh, okay.
long as I maintain.
5 feet. That works. Okay. Yeah, he'll do a move and then fire. Probably still not enough.
Ah, it's a miss.
That'll be a 13 then with the +1 from the blast.
What is it total?
13.
13? That's a miss.
Okay. And then last action 11. Yep.
Miss. Okay.
No good.
All right. This
Maybe the bless isn't as good as well.
this shambler will attack Dalit, who's again the nearest living creature. That one struck 5 damage.
That does good.
And if you can do a reflex save.
As soon as it works.
No problem. Wow.
Nice.
Couple reflex saves. You're good from that. Let's see. Second attack, he's gonna claw at you again, doing 6 more damage, and do a. You've already done the 2 reflex saves. I'm gonna count that. So you saved both of these. He has not been able to grab you. However, he
Cool.
does still have a 3rd action, so he's gonna try again. Probably missing terribly. Yeah, there's a horrible swing.
Negative.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe he gave you energy, right? That might have...
He can't reach out and gently caress you.
Yeah, yeah.
There.
It's okay. You're doing good. Little couple words of encouragement.
You got this.
All right, so Voldarius, you are up, and are you trained in religion? Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a critical.
That was a critical religion check. Okay, so Voldarius, you get the sense that you might be encroaching on a burial ground, that you can almost see a sort of almost this well-defined area where it seems like there have been burials potentially where the terrain looks similar to this area that you're in right now. And you think that the bandit basically was what triggered it by wandering into this burial area, and then of course once they were stirred, they're going after the nearest living creature. So I think Voldarius would know that getting out and away from their territory and away from their burial ground would likely stop the attacks from them. That would be one thing. The other thing obviously is if you do decide to continue fighting them, that you would need to burn them to stop them from regenerating.
See, the only problem with that is we'd have to get Dalit to retreat. I'm not sure. It's fun.
Yeah, see, he wouldn't know that, but Valdarius, you would be well aware of all of this. You're the only one right now that really has that inkling of knowledge, so you can
That's true.
do what you'd like with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and relay that to the other two here. It seems that we've wandered into their resting place. We don't get out, I fear more might be awoken. Disturbance is going to spread until we are overrun. Alec, I think we need to make haste the other direction.
I guess it'll be a couple turns until I can move, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple more. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still deciding what he wants to do here, I
Yeah.
think. But now Dalit's
Yeah,
heard,
I'm gonna-
yeah, word of caution anyway. What else would you
Okay.
like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and do some more silver dart.
Okay.
Now, are they all standing up again?
No, just the one in the back is standing.
All right, the red dots are still on the ground.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna game for the one that's.
Still attack them even though they're on the ground.
If we can knock them all down, then Dalek can get away without risk, I would. So I'm gonna go for the one that's still standing.
28, that is critical. Okay, you drop it with your needle darts. This one falls over as well. Let's see. Yeah, so it's down as well. All three of them are down now. And that would bring... Actually, it goes back to them. And as that one falls down, you see another one rise. Not a new one, but one that was already here. He rises again. And the one next to him rises as well. So these two are now standing again, and they need it.
That Dalit discovers whack-a-mole.
Yeah, a little bit.
This could be a never-ending loop with Dalit sitting there.
More things to kill.
4. Okay,
I put
so they each took 2 attacks towards you, Dalit. Wow. Okay, so they did 18, 22. 22. And you need to make reflex saves for those 3.
The 3 reflex saves?
Yeah.
But what happened to Dalit's health bar? It just disappeared.
Yeah.
It's another glitch. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you got the second one and third one, but you missed the first one. So he has you grabbed. Yeah, he has you grabbed. So this one here that's directly below you has you grabbed. Okay. All right, Rekla, you are up now.
All right.
I was while you're thinking of that, I think it was a really wise move to shoot down the bandit that was running. But what was funny at first was you hit it with one arrow, and so he could have got away with one arrow sticking out of him. And but like prior to that, he probably wouldn't have known like really what was going on to be able to articulate any real threat until he had an arrow stuck in him. And then I think at that point the message was delivered. I just like that. Just the fact that
I was pointing at drunk, and suddenly I got scared and ran back, and for some reason my back really hurts. I don't know what.
All right. I think what Rekla's gonna do. Wait, what's 30 foot? Yeah, Rekla's gonna pull off the reaction heal.
3-foot emanation, nice.
So that should cause 10 damage to them. Well,
nice.
unless they. Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
And 10 healing to Dalit.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Okay.
And Fenwarden if
thing to
you.
do.
Well, I guess everybody else is full up.
Yeah, so these 2 fall over. So now they're all laying on the ground again.
Hey, there's a kobold that got healed also.
Oh yeah.
Actually, 2 of them. This
Couple
one had
of them.
this
Oh
one
yeah.
had this one and this one plus 4. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So those guys.
They had really good sleep. They're sleeping through all of this, and they're gonna wake up fully healed.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. So you've knocked them all over then with that heal action, and that was your turn. So Dalit, you're up again.
Okay. My computer's still loading the grab condition, but I'm pretty sure I have to do an athletics check.
You're no longer grabbed. My bad. He fell because of the action that Rekla took, so you're no longer grabbed.
Cool. Then I'm just going to run away.
All right.
I'm just going to try to get over here.
All right. Yeah, so
Do we need to go further than that, or do we know where the
We
just
should-
able to communicate where the defined burial ground is?
yeah, I think that now that he's aware of it, that there is a burial ground, that it feels like there's almost like a small mound that begins shortly after where you're standing right now, and that sort of
Okay.
seems to be if there's any defined space, that's the defined space that you're able to pick up. Let's see. Yeah, so
Stand here with my sword ready. Then.
yeah, and what basically happens, and we'll go out of turns now, is you notice that they don't seem to reanimate or regenerate, that they just sink into the soil from where they came, and they don't seem to be triggered any further by your presence now that you've backed off. So yeah,
As they're going down, I'll hold out my holy symbol, commend them back to their rest. Apologize for disturbing.
But maybe they'll see us again, because maybe we could find a way to lure the Stag Lord out into the middle of the
Right?
graveyard.
How
To
do
be in a certain spot.
we're gonna be? Yeah, but we're trailing zombies and lure them up there.
And- and I think at this point the kobolds were awakened during this whole event, but they knew to keep their eyes on the prisoner, and they didn't engage. So they really did keep their eyes on the prisoner. He's as you return to camp, he's chuckling under his breath, and he says, "I see you found out about Gairana's friends." And
Yeah.
with
I
that,
didn't know Gairana could have friends.
that this would trigger for, I'm gonna tack this on to the 20 that you rolled for religion, that you would know a little bit about Gairana Notorious, which is a lesser known goddess of extortion, hatred, and spite, and she has some following in the River Kingdoms. You would know that this burial ground has triggered these zombies, and you think that if you remained on the path and avoided this section, that you could get around them. That's really it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to him then after he says that, and I have that moment of that makes sense. I'm gonna, while I've still got my holy symbol, which is a mace, I'm gonna put it under his chin and have him look up at me. If we encounter something like this again, you don't notify us of ahead of time, I will leave you to them.
Can Finwarden get to the body of the fleeing bandit without going through the burial ground? Can you go around it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna go through his pockets, see what he's got, pick up his amulet.
Yeah, make sure you get that amulet.
Yeah, he's got the amulet. He's got 3 gold. He's got studded leather armor, and he's got a couple of sips left of some spirits that he was carrying. It's a different looking bottle than the one that you all carry. It's much cruder looking. Nothing nearly as high quality as what you found.
Okay, we don't need that. So.
But yeah, what are you gonna do with him? Are you gonna leave him there, or?
Oh, the body?
The body.
We don't have any use for that. We could toss it over into the burial ground to see what happens, but probably.
Yeah, let's not play with the undead.
Let's feed them. Let's feed them some.
Maybe hide it.
If you feed them, then they're never going to leave us alone.
Yeah, you know what happens when you feed them after midnight too.
Yeah. So what we'll do though here is we'll go ahead and hand wave this to the morning, that the rest of your night goes uneventful. You're all able to recamp without attracting or disturbing the creatures. You've now all had your full night's rest, and yeah, so you awaken the next morn, and you can decide what you'd like to do, how you'd like to proceed. If it's okay, I know it's a little late, but if we could just take a real quick break, I'll be right back, and then we can pick up from here. Cool.
Sure.
I'll be right back. All right. We are pretty much back to where we started. I can move us over to the other map where we were staking out the fort.
Get healed up before we do much more.
Yeah, if you guys want to take care of healing and whatnot.
It's not a bad call. My medicine checks have not been going well. All right, there we go.
One thing about medicine that my other GM enforced against us, and I need to look this up to see how the rule is written. But it's like once per, I think it's like once per day or something that you can do medicine.
You can treat wounds once every hour,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
you can battle medicine once a day.
I think it's if you fail or something like that. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Yeah, if you fail, you can't do it for a long time.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a critical fail.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. I'm not trying to say don't do medicine. I was just trying to brush up on the
So
rule.
I took the continual recovery feat, so I can treat wounds every 10 minutes rather than.
Got it.
I think Fenwarden picked up treat wounds as well, so he can do that.
Cool.
Let's see, he's never done it before. And we're in the wilderness, so he gets a +2 on it.
Is anyone still hurt?
Yeah, Dalit is.
Is this
I'm only
shot?
down 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do a medicine on Dalit.
11 is what I end up with on a.
I'll give myself guidance before doing it just to. Alright, didn't need it, but there's
Yeah.
a
Didn't make it much better.
38. There you go,
Oh,
18.
shit.
Yeah,
I think I should get some temporary hit points from that.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, so you guys also got you would have also got whatever your con bonuses were for the night's rest. But yeah, we're in the morning of the following day. No sign of the undead, no real sign of the bandit tree, other than the fact that you would probably still see that there are guards stationed on the towers, depending on how far away you are. But that's about it.
Alright, so which approach are we gonna take? Because
You guys have
got
beaten
lots
around
of
the book.
great ideas. Which are we gonna do? The kobold heads?
Yeah.
The only problem with
seems
that
the most-
approach is we can only drag so many of them.
Yeah, I was honestly
Just thinking
thinking
about that.
it'd be rad if we got them, every other one of them, to drag a sack with another kobold in it and make it look like we're commanding them to drag all these kobold heads in, like we're badasses. But it's really they just let the kobold out of the bag.
Yeah, we can do that. My only worry is that they wouldn't seem beat up enough to do that. Like if we're dragging in a whole bunch of fully healed kobolds, then oh,
Yeah.
Good
it
point,
seems
but,
strange.
we've got a lot of bodies around. It'd be too hard to get some blood and smear it all over them.
Or do the 3
Yeah, it's
kobolds
true.
in a bandit costume.
Risky. I think that what I'm hearing though is that you're really just trying to get them to open the front door. Because what are you
Yeah.
doing? What are you doing after you go in? How long do you feel like you will be able to hold a ruse like
Yeah.
that as you go up the chain of command and you go?
Yeah, we're not gonna get far with these kobolds in plain sight.
I think that's the idea, is just get the front door open and the kobolds already there so that they're not taken out before they even get to the front door.
But we don't really know what the forces are inside.
That's a problem. We're definitely outnumbered. Even with all these kobolds, we're outnumbered.
I don't know if going in now is going to be our best bet. We talked about staying outside and trying to pick them off, or at least see more of what's going on.
We could do a stealth siege for now, right? Just try and take out any bandit that we see coming by.
How about this? How about if we go ahead with the whole liquor thing, go in, do the transaction, give them some liquor,
Yeah.
and so we can see what's in there, and then leave.
You think he'll let us go?
That's certainly a risk, but especially if we say, look, here's a sample, let's all enjoy it together, and then I'll go back and get the supply of it, which is out in the woods.
We're still fighting to get the door open and let the kobolds in anyway.
In this case, we don't have the kobolds. All we're trying to do is it's an intelligence mission. We go in so we can look around.
Yeah.
Will you present yourselves as yourselves or as bandits? Are you
Yeah,
trying to go?
that's a good question.
I'd say we present ourselves as merchants or something like that. We'd have to have
Mercenaries.
mercenaries.
Merchants wouldn't be there trying to sell to bandits, but if we're mercenaries, they've got to. If we want to know that the coin is going to be good for kobolds, we go in there saying, "Hey, we've heard some rumors that your boss likes a good drink. We want to know what's real with the offer for it. We've got the paper for it. We can show that we saw one. We're mercenaries. Are we going to go out there and start selling ourselves for this? We want to know that they're going to be able to pay us for as many kobold heads as we're going to bring back, because we're going to bring back so many kobold heads. And then let's also have a drink."
Yeah.
Use both of them. We have a drink to share, and then we're going to go get kobolds.
Yeah, a sign of good faith. We've got some drink to offer, and then money's good. And we know that they're on the up and up for it, and sell services as the mercenaries to go out there and start.
And let's bring something from our kobolds, some piece of clothing that would be obviously a kobold piece of clothing, and say, "Look, we found this. We're on the trail. We know where a bunch of them are, so we can go get them."
Yeah, we'll take one of the guys who got hurt.
Okay.
We'll take his bloody shirt or something, or
You
bloody
get
tack,
a full vest or something like that.
whatever he's got.
Yeah.
So it'll be the four of you? It's like a group.
That's a good question.
Is it like a
Yeah.
group deception that you're going for?
I
mean,
think
the props will help.
Yeah, I don't want to
but
split the party.
Who will take the lead in being the deceiver, if you will, and the?
I think it's gonna have to be Rekla, because he's got a charisma of 18.
got the highest. We're looking at deception. Yeah.
Oh, deception?
And Ben might not be able to.
What about, I could do diplomacy
Yeah.
or intimidation.
I don't think it's diplomacy.
If you're dealing in truth, you can use diplomacy, but as soon as you venture from the truth, you'll have to make a deception check.
Yeah, I'm trained in deception, but there's no.
All right.
Okay, that's.
I'm trained in both deception and diplomacy. I'm just not the.
All right. So Ben's having trouble with the Discord. I think that's good. The four of us go in. Sounds like Warren's going to take the lead, and yeah, we'll knock on the door and tell them our tale and see if they want to have a drink with us. Say we happen to have some very good spirits. We want to share it while we talk about your football program. And we're doing this during the daylight.
I think it might occur to you that there's a possibility that there's someone that could identify you. I don't think it would go without saying that you could be identified just going up as yourselves, despite pretending to do what you're doing.
We let the one guy go that saw us in the dark. So he'd be the guy that could identify us.
Whether they're bandits, do we know? Or
I think we killed all the other ones, except for the one with us.
Yeah, we were pretty careful to clean up everything. But yeah.
The only thing that I worry about is that my sword might get me recognized. I can switch that out, but
I mean,
I wouldn't.
You guys would have had clothing that you would have gotten from the bandits. I know that you grabbed clothing before when you were at their original camp.
Suits of armor.
So it's possible that you could do that, or present yourselves as to be with some other group. I'm just trying to get a sense of how you're gonna present yourself.
Well, I don't think we present ourselves as our actual selves, but as a swordsman, as a archer.
I mean, equipped as you are. Yeah,
we make a solid adventuring team mercenary outfit and just happen to be 4 individuals like that.
Do any of you have a bandit lore?
just warfare.
Or warfare? We have warfare lore?
I have warfare.
Yeah, if you want to make a warfare lore check.
All right, I'll maybe give myself a little guidance too. No, don't need it. Maybe 24 with guidance.
No, I don't think you need it. I think that you know that whether or not there's somebody in here that's seen you before, that the description of the 4 of you would have reached this place because of their presence in the region. that like you said, like you guys sent somebody literally from the bandit camp to them. So there's somebody there that certainly saw something, right? But you would imagine that this is a well-traveled road and that you guys have seen and done other things, right? That they may be suspicious of.
Right. Maybe they got a description of us headed towards the trading posts. And then that whole thing went down and there's bandits missing up there.
In other words, I think you would think that you'd be safer presenting yourself as an unknown bandit than to present yourself as an unknown, is what your warfare lore would tell you.
Go deception the full way. Take deception the full way and change your appearance too. Okay.
Are there any? I'm from Chesed up in Numeria. Is it possible I might know of any bandit organizations from up there, neighboring area? Maybe valid backstory on that as to why we're down here. Some kind of expansion, some credibility to something that can't be
Some ally group.
verified.
Yeah. If you were questioned as to what brought you to the Stag Lord, that you would have some legitimate background that you could
something
say,
that maybe, like they've
Yeah.
heard of another organization, but they wouldn't be able to just
Yeah.
immediately verify whether or not that's accurate.
Make sure they don't think that you're a threat and trying to encroach. But we've got the password, so
I'll say it like this: you can tell them that, but since it won't be the truth, you will have to successfully deceive them, right? So you're gonna have to present that to them, and really depend on your skills and the dice to see how they react to it. But you would definitely be able to draw on knowledge of other bandit groups or names of other bandits that would give you some clout or background that they would at least acknowledge you. But you know that people come and go from this group, that there's some random element to it as well, that it's not the most formal thing. Yeah, I think you guys would definitely have enough of maybe a loose backstory that you could spit out if you were pushed into it. Yeah, I like that.
okay.
He's doing a full
He's
reboot.
on essentials.
Yeah,
Going a full reboot.
yeah, that's probably it's you
I'll
gotta.
full reboot, yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, I hear him now.
All right.
Okay,
So the current plan is to dress up as bandits and try and sneak in with, or not sneak in, but get in with the liquor and have some reconnaissance.
all right.
Yep.
So yeah, so you guys can all put on your best bandit get up. Let's see, we'll have you in like a mask or something since you're in disguise here. I think that one will work.
Like Reklo would be like, you get an amulet, and you get an amulet, and you get an amulet.
Yep, handing out the amulets. But I want to give a signal to the kobolds that we could
Yeah, what do you want them to be doing?
they should be watching from afar so we can signal them to rush in if
Yeah.
Once you're in, you'd have to get up on one of the towers or something maybe to signal them, or what would be your signal? Would there be a different signal?
Out the front door or something.
Someone at the front door, or
Maybe
Let's
signal.
we'll just have maybe we can tear up a red shirt, and if one of us starts waving the red shirt, then they'll come in.
Does message only work for line of sight?
Only 100
You have
No,
to
I
be
don't-
able to see. You choose the target, and then the person to be able to talk back has to be able to see.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's only 100 feet too. So.
It's 120 feet.
So the kobolds, particularly Harlech, is starting to get. They're anxious. Like they will jump in and help if you tell them. They're more leaning on the side of assault, right? So
Yeah.
they want to kill this prisoner, and they want to kill more bandits at this point. So they'll do whatever you tell them, but
They're getting bloodthirsty.
they'll do everything but pure suicide. They look at you all as being the strategy arm of the deal, and they're just bringing some foot soldier muscle. But what would be your plan? Because would they leave the prisoner when they come in, or
He's not gonna.
If he's secured somewhere out of the way, we shouldn't leave them in the trench. We shouldn't leave them the road. It should be somewhere come at it from a different direction. And then if they have to go leaving the prisoner somewhere, bound, gagged, restrained.
Yeah, so they'll just restrain him. Okay.
Tie him up and leave him.
Okay. Just
Maybe he'll
so
still be there.
yeah.
Maybe no monster will eat him while they're gone.
Yeah, I don't know that the kobolds would really care that much to get the clarification, but now that they have it, they'll do something with the prisoner, given the situation. So
Throw him in a
He will be
hole.
disposed
They like to
of.
build traps. They could put a trap around him so that
Yeah, I mean, let them know
Yeah.
that we're more worried about making sure that they stay safe.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so
With us.
they'll just hide amongst some of the boulders then, outside of the burial ground, but near the fort. So they're somewhere between and out of immediate range. So that's where they'll be stashed. If there's some signal other than you running out the door or waving at them, let me know what that might be. If there's something like that you want them to do, if they should see it to happen. Like if the place goes up in flames, do they charge in or do they just go home? Any of that. But if there's nothing else, then we can proceed.
yeah, they'll watch for us to wave them in.
Okay. All right. So you guys then can make your approach. Who's going to be? I guess everybody's in disguise, and we do need to. There is.
That would be what?
I think it's deception. I think basically
Deception.
we're trying to see how well, and I would say this is like a group action, where
Okay.
you guys would work together on this,
Yeah.
and help one another look authentic, right? That you would be dressed like the bandits would be. You certainly have enough of the bandits' equipment too. Like you could make it look like you're carrying whatever of theirs,
Right.
as far as their normal gear is concerned. But if you were worried about your outdoorsy sword then or something like that, you have access to all these others. But yeah, you'll just all basically roll this deception. I think that's how we do this. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a impersonate under deception.
Yeah. So we'll just see how you pull it off as a group. We'll go with the consensus result. Okay, that's good. So that's good. You want to beat an 18 here. There you go. Oh,
That's gonna do well.
it's really good actually. Yeah.
Oh, there's some noise.
Oh, we got a crackle. Hey,
Going earbuds.
Yeah, we're running Discord through my phone now.
oh, there you
Alright.
go. There you
That
go.
works.
We need to do a deception roll if you're able to get to your sheet.
There you go.
Dear
Ah.
goodness, guys. That's impressive. Okay, so you guys look authentic. You look like 4 seasoned run-of-the-mill bandits.
Maybe we should just be bandits.
Dang.
You
Just
look
better
good.
calling.
Yeah,
Up
you
on the
really
whole taking
starting to
over.
question. You're like, this is, I get it now. I get it.
I think Rekla's got the
freedom.
wrong. Rekla got the wrong message. He just wants to dress up as other people now.
But yeah, so you all
Changer.
can approach. What are you bringing with? What are you not bringing with you?
We're bringing 1 bottle of the liquor.
We're not bringing all of the extra medallions.
Ah,
Okay.
We're not wearing like.
it might
four-
be my only chance to do it though.
It would look bad if those all fell
The
on
way
the floor.
that Ben has been acting, the way that Dalit been striking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Once he's set off, he'll bring this whole castle down. Okay, so you're leaving those things behind.
Yeah.
Anything else that before you knock on the door or?
Yeah, I'm leaving behind all my stowed items, of course.
All right. So let's see.
I'll try to hide my dueling sword, but not leave it behind.
Okay. Are you gonna carry another sword that maybe is visible?
I don't actually have another sword. I just have a hatchet otherwise.
Well, we've
you
got some long swords
yeah.
from some of those.
Yeah, I guess I'll carry the long sword.
Okay, that way that might even just help you with obscuring the other one.
Yeah.
Let's see, it's 1 second here. All right. Does anyone remember the ticket in the phrase?
I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah.
The bloody bones of St. Gilmore, who wants to know?
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. And let me just double check to see if there's.
Did I remember it? God, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So you guys start walking the path. Sorry, I was just making sure I had it all right here. But you walk the path straight up to the front of this fort. As you get closer, you can see the crude way that the wall has been built or rebuilt, it looks like. And it seems like this is like version 3 of the wall that's been up here as you get closer, that they've currently have it spiked with these 15-foot tall trees, and on the outside they've got spikes and nails and other sharp objects strung about in random places towards the top to keep people from trying to go over that top edge. But as you're getting closer and closer, you start to eye it up, and you think that you could get up it, like if you had to, like as far as difficulty is concerned, it would be a slight challenge, but you don't think it'd be impossible to scale it as you get up closer to it. But it is it's pretty thick, so it's not like you can't really see well through it. So as you get closer to the front gate, though, you do see a bandit kind of leaning on the inside of the gate where you can finally see through, and he's leaning against a post. I'm gonna move you guys over. Maybe I'm not sure if the vision will work here or not. We'll see.
The light seems to have stayed the same.
Still, yeah. Until
Mark into the area over here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop his head out there then through the door.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
that's
There you
the door. So right there where that is some doors, some slats where you can see through, and inside you can see some rubble, some big pieces of chunks of rubble, probably from the wall above that fell on the second floor. You can still see that kind of strewn about in here. And you can see a couple of riding horses through one of the angles you can look through, and you see a couple of horses in there. Seems like there's a bandit over near them, maybe taking care of them inside, and then the one that's just standing inside the door. So you just see at this point 2 bandits and 2 horses. And as you approach the gate, this guy's kind of leaning against what is this? It's like a tie off for horses that he's leaning on, and he just sits there. And you guys get within maybe 10 feet or so of the gate where you can easily be heard. And he doesn't really seem to acknowledge you, really, for the most part. Just leaning there, like picking his fingernails with his dagger.
Hello.
Hey, we belong here. Let's go inside, guys.
No, yeah.
Ooh.
I guess we need to try to open the door. Not even acknowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, just try to walk right in.
Yep.
So if you reach for the door, he pops his head up all of a sudden, looking a little bit more like concerned all of a sudden, and he says, "Piss off!"
Darius looks around at who he could be talking to then.
What? Us? We're just here to give some liquor to the Stag Lord. What's this guy's deal?
Have you forgotten?
You got the booze?
Have you forgotten already? Has it been that long?
Thunder and lightning, and what was it?
By the
The
bones of
bloody
Saint.
bones of St. Gilmore, who
There
wants
you
to
go.
know?
Aha! He kicks at the gate from the inside, and it lifts up, and then you guys can pull it open. And with that, you're able to enter in through the front door of the gate. I'll pull you into this front entry area. If I can grab your...
How weird they wouldn't ask for the passcode. You just give it.
Yeah.
It's not a well-run organization.
No.
Protocol is
There's
not their
real
strength.
gaps in. Yeah, and their SOPs are absolutely
I'm having a tough time getting your tokens in there, Reckless. Okay. All right, now I've got you in there.
Those are pretty horses.
Yeah, those are big horses.
Yeah, so you guys enter through the front gate now. Let me find the...
Looking around casually.
This is just as I had mentioned, it's pretty much just a small dusty yard that separates the inner structure, and the ground here is pretty barren, other than some rubble that you see here and there. But there's a few barrels lying against the inner wall, and a couple of wooden and metal buckets in the area as well. It seems like this inner yard kind of encompasses the whole structure. Like you could go around the outer wall throughout the, I guess they call it the palisade. And that's really it for now. The riding horses look a little skittish right now. They don't look too happy in their current environment. They don't look like they're too cared for either.
Now I'm really mad.
There's an emo vampire down at the bottom.
I was thinking
It looks
the same
different.
thing.
You know they're important.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see some other bandits and apparently members of their group milling about in various places. The Stag Lord or the bandit that let you in is watching you all walk in and looking at you. Obviously, doesn't seem to be that concerned about you, but he says, "What news of the road on the road? And from what direction do you come?"
I think we tell him piss off and we keep walking.
I love it. Do you want to do a diplomacy check on that? I think that'd be a good way. That'd be a good. Do you want to diplomacy that?
Totally. I
See,
think
just
we
play it right back at him, and see how he takes it.
There you go.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you start walking on. Sure. Which direction are you gonna go?
yeah, let's go right and we'll go around and we'll get this place mapped.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself, I guess, within your 3-action movement.
Oh,
Oh.
Together.
One of the characters
stay.
as
yeah. I guess I'll just follow Sun Warden.
Yeah, saying we would turn right when we came in, which is our left. And
I'll
then-
catch up when my D20 catches out. My roll
yeah.
20
So
catches
let's
up.
see, I think I would be able to get to roughly in here.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so you guys are able to walk around this outer area. You can see on this side here of you that it's got larger stones and blocks. It's a much more sturdy wall than the outside and some of the other areas, and this wall itself seems to be particularly strong. But you could
Is it climbable?
Yes, it is climbable. You feel like this would be much easier to climb than the exterior wall. Yeah,
okay.
there's pretty good
This
handholds
is good.
and stuff like that. Yeah, so when you come around the corner, you'll see that there's a bandit posted there that seems like he's doing some chores and putting away some things. As you turn the corner and present yourselves, he'll nod at you, give you like a double take, like he's not seen you before, but at the same time doesn't seem alerted by your presence. So he just continues to do his tasks as you're walking through, unless you speak with him.
No, we'll just barely acknowledge him. We're just going to act grumpy.
All right, let me move you guys down, then I'll move each of you down so you can get the map to fill in a little bit.
I'm going to be carrying one of those little parchments that we've got there, like a clipboard.
Mm.
If you walk anywhere with a clipboard, they always take you serious.
That's a great idea. You got the charcoal and everything rocking.
Bandit
Yeah.
inspection.
Every time we pass it, ask him what his name is and write it down. So.
Yeah, like you're doing like all the information on, you're like HR
Yeah.
for the whole
We're in
thing.
here
like-
for quality
yeah.
assurance. Gonna make sure everything's. Are those spikes pointy enough?
Okay, so Fen Warden, you make your way around, and you can see on the terrain how it's changed a little bit, and there's now a wooden structure that's attached to the rock one, and as you approach that,
Sure.
you see a doorway. So I'm going to move you guys up there to that doorway, where it's just like a real thick wooden door is there, and there's a window on the door, like with metal posts in it.
Barred window. Okay. That's in that alcove there.
Yeah. Do you want to approach that, walk on by, or?
I want to walk
peek
on
or-
by. I want to do the full circle so we can see what all we got here.
All right, let me move you then to here. Move all of you guys a little bit together here, so you get that
Okay.
painted in.
Yeah.
Should be filling in, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those stairs there, go up to a second level? The little ladder thing there in the corner.
Where at? Can you ping it? Oh, yes, that does. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me move you guys up through here. I think everybody should now have a pretty good thing
Exterior. Yep.
filled in on the outside. Is that
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Okay, we didn't see that many bandits. Okay, so we could actually just leave again. That would be, I think that would be very weird, but we could do it, just stroll back out of here. Or we could
I
flag
think
our
we go. Shouldn't we go talk to the Stag Lord? See if he wants his liquor?
We're
Yeah.
already in here. I think we gotta push forward on this plan.
Okay.
See what else we can learn from this. Not the one we told to piss off. We can't talk to that.
Yeah, we've already made him. We've already.
You going back to him? You're going back to the well? Or are you gonna go to the other one? There's another bandit right across the way there.
We'll walk by this guy and give him the, we're talking to. And,
We were like, that fucking guy, right?
Yeah, right?
Oh, where's the Stag?
Imagine working with him.
We'll go over to this guy and yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna go up to this other one, and who's breaking into the conversation? Just
Valdarius, you and I are both trained. You want to take a crack at this one? I told the other one to piss off. So.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, gonna go up. News from the road to report. Where's the Lord?
Oh, he's sleeping. This is the best time for him to sleep.
Hey man, where's Dovin then?
Dovin's probably standing down there near Beaky.
He would be. All right, we're gonna go on in then. Look with the horses. They look a little skittish.
What news you got for the Stag Lord?
If it's news for the Stag Lord, why would we give it to you?
They're all
I'm
part of
joking.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
I know. By them bloody bones there, eh?
You're like him. You're like him. He's pointing at his coworker. You're like him.
No, I'm nothing like that guy. Hey, fuck
Oh.
that.
Well, we can all agree on that.
Yeah. The roads are rich. The roads are rich so far. We've already seen many merchants going through. That trading post is gonna have to get taken at some point. There's a problem with them. They're kobolds.
Well, you've been to the trading post because the others have not returned.
No, I haven't been up there. We saw some merchants that were going up there. They're going to be heading up there. Figure there's probably going to be some sort of loot. If the others haven't returned, then
We are missing.
we'd have to go investigate that.
Strange news, that.
Yes, they're still missing.
How long has it been? You know?
Nearly a week's time or more, but
Seems like people are going missing more and more these days.
I'm just glad I didn't get stuck on the rescue squad, and then I'm back here working with this guy.
At least you got these horses.
Yes, yeah, we don't have much in the way of supplies to care for them, but they are handy. We can always get more.
Just gotta find that right target.
We've been
He's
working the road hard. The taxes are at an all-time high, says the Stag Lord. He seems quite
I'm
pleased.
surprised. Castle's doing a fair good job of it down there. Eh?
Indeed. If
He doesn't. When I say Kessel's name, he doesn't give any kind of indication that there's something wrong or.
I think, yeah, if you did say Kessel's name, no, I don't think for him he would probably be affected by it or show any reaction to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just would sound like another familiar name at this point. You would get the sense that maybe the news hasn't particularly reached this bandit.
Yeah, at least this
Yeah.
level. That's good. All right, fantastic. All right, I'll let you get back to it. I'll go on in there and take a breather. Road a bit.
Well, very well. We shall have a drink at some time.
We found some good stuff. Got a bit for the Stag Lord, but maybe we could save a couple sips for us.
Oh, I don't touch his liquor. Don't
No,
it.
not
Don't
his.
you dare touch
We'll
it.
make sure. Oh,
Bad things will come upon all of us.
pretty sure that guy there would touch it before I would touch it.
Very well. He continues cleaning some hooves or something on these
Yep.
riding horses and putting some tackle on them.
make our way.
You make your way
downtown,
down?
back in
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's walking first? I'll just
I would depart the conversation and use that as an indication for
Yeah.
me up
in
front
the
at least.
front. Okay, so you start walking down then this way. There you go. Single file. You guys start to single file through this area. And you see, as you enter into this room, that the outside edges of the room are crammed with a bunch of small goods, bowls, utensils, bedrolls, chamber pots, all this kind of stuff sitting out and about, living in an unwashed kind of way here. A lot of stale food, kind of smell in the air that's musty. On this far side, that there's a large iron gate on this western wall. There's some chips of wall on the floor that you can tell are from the top level, and at some point when it had crumbled down in the southeast corner, there is a lot of it that kind of blocks passage down here. At least on this wall, you can see that there's a huge pile of it. But yeah, otherwise, when you stand in here, you see what appear to be some other bandits who are engaged in different things, just sitting down and eating, some of them, and others are going through their own belongings as you come into the room. Let's see. Make a perception check. Okay. Okay, you guys all notice some different things when you come into this room. There's a lot of things going on. For one, that there is a bandit down here who is holding a really long, like 12-foot long stick, and he it's leaning against the wall, and he's holding it. And at some point, when you enter the room, he grabs the stick and reaches into pokes it into the gate that you can see, and he's like poking, and he's like hollering through the gate, and he's, get on up, like that, as you're walking by. The others, you guys notice that some of these other millers about seem like they're maybe a little sturdier than some of the bandits you encountered on the road, but the guy that really catches your attention is across the room, and he is, let's see, let me see if there's an art thing on him. I don't know how I can show this to you, but I'll have to show you the next time because we're about done here. But you could tell that there is a bandit who's leaning on the far wall, who's got long dark hair and tattoos all over him, with what's described as some, I guess he's got like some different torture devices and like weird looking implements on a belt around his waist, which catches your attention. And as you walk in, as the rest are milling about doing their thing, not paying any attention to you, he stares right into your eyes, Voldarius, as you walk into the room with a very intense glare, as if he is the one in charge here. As you walk in, I'll move you all forward just a few feet and leave you here. What would you like to do as anything as you enter through?
Yeah, I suppose go over and approach that guy without making too much of a fuss of it, just trying to keep everything, this is normal, this is every day, we're back here. Not in a hurry, not showing deference in any way. Not this guy any more dues, but respecting that he seems to be the one in charge here.
Yeah. Okay, so he starts walking in your direction. Actually, when you get to here, he takes a step forward, and I'm gonna move you all forward. And this is when as you're all stepping forward and getting engaged in conversation, you would take a look to your right, and you would see in the pen that they have a owlbear named Beaky.
Beaky.
And said owlbear is sitting behind the cage of a really sturdy iron cage or bars. And as this man steps forward to you, he says, "Oh, look, more toys for Beaky."
Oh boy.
And with that, we'll stop here and we'll pick up next time where you guys can let him know why you're here and what you're doing here, and we'll see what trouble that may or may not get you into. But this is probably a good stopping point since there's a couple of different
Yeah.
big things that may happen here shortly. Yeah, you're in. You made it. After circling
You're
this
in.
place, you're standing right in the midst of it now.
There's like 3 games, I think, but we found.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, but you are literally right in the heart of it now, standing between an owlbear, a torturer, and several bandits with no backup
Owlbear
in
in a
sight.
hard place.
We'll see how this goes,
Nowhere
guys.
I'd rather
Yeah.
be. Nowhere I'd rather be.
The odds are firmly against you, which is just how you like it.
I
But
may not be able to make it to the next game, just saying.
that was good though. That was a fun session, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, really good.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See y'all.
Bye.